Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is enjoying your weekend and having a great time doing whatever it is you do. And maybe you even had to work and put in some work. I know I did, but it's what I love, so it's not an issue for me. It's a part of the process of doing what you want to do. But trust me, I make time daily to settle in and spend time with myself or spend time with people who are going to love and pour into me and keep me refreshed and rejuvenated. I'm not burning myself out. I'm not tearing myself down physically to chase something. There's balance in my life, but also, most importantly, there is discipline. And so this is what I want to talk to you about today, because I get a lot of people when I'm talking to them, and I have these questions that I present to people who are either interviewing to determine whether they will work with me, and that's a two-way interview. We're talking about what I do, how I do it, and what my capacity is to help them accomplish what it is. But I'm also interviewing them to see if they are really truly ready, if they have what it takes in the way of mindset, commitment, and discipline to get where I know I can take them. Because what I get a lot is I need more motivation. I'm just not motivated. And I think that is one of the biggest myths of failure, is the lack of motivation. Motive is I have to pay my bills. Motive is I have to prepare for my children's future. I have to provide for my family. I want to touch this level of success. Those are motives. So you are motivated. The problem is most people who think that they lack motivation is looking for the ooh-ah moment that gets them hype and emotionally charged every day. And that has to be tied to the way you handle and manage your vision. But the biggest issue isn't motivation at all. The biggest issue is the lack of discipline, the inability to consistently wake up and do what's necessary. The consistency, especially to do what is necessary when you don't feel like doing it, or to do what's necessary when it's uncomfortable for you to do it. That's what it will determine your level of success. So if you've stalled out, or if it seems that you're not making progress, if it seems you're not really getting anything done, and you look up and you have all these to-dos and tasks and things that you said you were going to do that have not been done, then it isn't a problem with motivation. It's not a problem with whether it's possible. It's a question of, are you willing to develop the discipline necessary to accomplish the thing that you say you want? It never blows my mind how many people will talk with passion about what they want. Talk with, immense fervor and excitement about what it would be like to this, to be that, to have this and go there. And you look at their behavior and you look at what they're doing, and there's no discipline. There's no wake up every morning and make it happen. There's no set behavioral pattern that is conducive to achieving the success that they say they want. And that's where I start with people who I believe have the capacity for that discipline. Some people are so undisciplined that I look at them and know that they're just throwing their money away. They're far in between, because, either you inherited a bunch of money or you just happen to have a job or whatever that you can afford to work with me. But normally, if they can afford to work with me, they're generalists. But there are some people I'm looking at and going, how did you end up here? Mommy or daddy owned this or did that. Nepotism helps people a lot. But in essence, there are people, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of things. We are going to develop discipline, and we're going to restructure your self-image. We're going to change the way you see yourself in this world and how you see this world responding to you. And that is so important in the development of self-esteem and self-confidence necessary to be able to go after some of the things you say you want. Because if it scares you, if you look at it and you think it's impossible for you, then those limiting beliefs are going to hold you back. But those are the things that I normally find myself. Now, there are a group of people that come to me and they are already successful. They've done some things that the average person hasn't done, but they know it's more and they want to get there, and they come to me. That's a different story. Discipline isn't the issue with them. Understanding and knowing what to do next, being able to adapt, adjust, and things of that nature is what's going to be the things that we work on and part of the greater part of the strategy for how we work together. But for people who are like at that A-B point where, man, I know I want something more than what I've been doing my whole life point, we have to structure the basic foundation of how you think, how you move, how you operate, how you adjust and go towards the things that you say you want. It is of immense importance to be able to do that. So when I talk about working with people, I am seriously committed to getting them the results that they desire. I am seriously committed to ensuring that they are able to go the distance. I can't tell you the satisfaction and fulfillment I get by helping people do things that at one point they thought impossible. And then we start to explore the limiting beliefs that are holding them back, the limiting beliefs that convince them every day that that's not something they should even try. And then come to find out that it's not only within their grasp, but they will one day touch it, and I get them there. And you would be surprised some of the backgrounds from which these people come. These aren't, people that's got it all going on, came from the greatest of back. Most of the time it's people that their entire life has told them that they couldn't, some other reason, whatever it is. And the stories are different, but the ultimate thing that has to be changed is how you view yourself, the capacity and belief that whatever you desire, whatever you can conceive in your mind, it is possible and you can have it, but you're going to have to do the things that you don't normally do. And you're going to have to confront fear. You're going to have to endure delay. You're going to have to confront disappointment and so many other things that people tend to retreat from in order to have it. One of my most favorite mantras, it's shouted out when I speak in places I've spoken before because I said so much: no surrender, no retreat. But it begins with discipline. It begins with waking up, doing the things that you know you're supposed to do, not sitting up and pushing those to-dos and those tasks off to the next day, off to the next week. It's about saying up, I said I was going to do it, I'm going to do it, and do the harder things first. Look, in the description box, there's going to be a few things. There's going to be a couple of courses for the people who want to work with me, but will find that maybe working with me now is not possible for whatever reason. There'll be a link to see the programs that I have to allow you to work with me one-on-one. They are limited because I don't do as many one-on-ones as I used to. We have gotten it down to a reasonably smaller number, and there's a reason for that. In order to grow and expand the company, I had to limit how much of my time was being eaten up in the course of the year. While working one-on-one is the thing that drives me and gets me the most excited, it has a cap space because it requires time. So that's that. But there are also some courses and programs to show how you can do some of this stuff on your own. The links will be in there. Brief explanations of what is there. But I would love to work with you. If you are truly, seriously, 100% committed, I would love to work with you. As long as the link is live, that means that there is some availability on my calendar. If you click the link for the to sign up to work with me and the link isn't live, that means that we have reached our capacity for a given period, and unless somebody completes, and you got to think people sign up at all times of the year, so every month somebody is completing, and maybe next month, next week, whatever, it'll be open again. But if that's the case, if you click a specific link and it isn't live, that means that we have reached our capacity on it. As of right now, the links are there, so that means at the time that I'm doing this, these things are available. So I wish you the best. I really truly want to show you that you can be like me and come a little boy born to a 15-year-old mother and an absent father, reared by his great-grandparents in an impoverished community in the inner city of Houston, where everything around them was lack. I mean, we didn't struggle in our household. My grandparents did pretty good. But because they were one of the first ones to live there and build in this community, when it went to crap, they didn't leave. So we were in the middle of it. We weren't rich, but we weren't poor. We didn't struggle like the vast majority of the people in this community, but we were around it and we had to see it, and it was all I saw. But there was something inside of me that said there's more. There's something inside of me that was almost systematically put in front of things I never experienced before, and saw it, and saw the people who had it weren't special. And when I say weren't special, I don't mean they weren't special, more special than me. That wasn't something they could do that I couldn't learn to do. And so I just started saying, I'm going to do it. And 27 books later, 47 companies later, I can't tell you how many countries later, how many clients later, and so many other things that I've been able to live out and do came from the discipline and the commitment and the passion. It wasn't the gifts, and the gifts made room for me. They put me in front of the people who poured into me, who did what they did, and who encouraged me and saw things that I didn't see in myself. But it was the discipline. It was the relentless pursuit of something at the point that the only way I wasn't going to get it is I was going to die. And when I tell you, when you commit like that, the things you're able to accomplish. Let me make myself clear. I am in no way saying that it's easy. I'm in no way saying that everything is just plop, 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 and it all falls. What I'm saying is, if you don't give up and you consistently do what you're supposed to do, magic happens. And so on that note, I'm going to get out for here. It's time for me to do what I need to do, which is being disciplined and get my behind in the gym. So with that being said, I'm out of here. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I look forward to working with some of y'all. I look forward to seeing some of you guys sign up for some of the courses. But time is now to make a change and to do something different. So on that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable